Mac Walters has left Bioware after nearly 2 decades with the studio. He announced his departure in a post on LinkedIn this weekend, so let's talk about it and what it means for the future of Mass Effect and Dragon Age.
Lockhart QT.
Quoting him directly, "As some of you already know, at the end of last year I decided to leave Bioware," Walters said. "These past 19 years have been a life-changing experience to say the least, and it made the choice to go very difficult. I've worked with so many wonderful people and had the privilege to be a part of the most amazing teams and projects. It's hard to fathom it all. And I know I'll be reflecting on it years to come." Mac Walters also updated his LinkedIn page to say he was on a career break, and as we know, the game industry can be very stressful, so this isn't surprising since he's been 19 years with Bioware already. And he said that he's going on a career break to pursue a personal goal. Mac Walters had been with Bioware long enough to have worked on 2003's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, as well as the sequel, and 2005's Jade Empire. The entire Mass Effect series, serving as senior writer on the original and lead writer on the second and third games in the series, as well as a director on Mass Effect Andromeda. So in terms of Mass Effect, a lot of us have people like Mac Walters to thank for creating the world of Mass Effect, as well as the characters we know and love, characters such as Rex, Tali, Aria, Garrus, and so many more. He also served as creative director on the Legendary Edition of the original trilogy, and as well as Mass Effect Andromeda. And at the time of his departure, he had been production director on the upcoming Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Now, the main question people have regarding this are, should alarm bells be ringing in terms of the next Mass Effect and Dragon Age games? Well, after doing some research, it seemed as though Mac Walters has not actually been working that much on the next Mass Effect, as he had very little involvement. But it did seem though he was a huge addition to Dragon Age Dreadwolf. We've seen Bioware developers leave and then come back, so we'll have to wait to see if he returns some point later in the future. However, this seems incredibly unlikely. It was mine and many other fans' speculations that led to sort of the talk about, instead of going to Dragon Age, that since Mac Walters last worked on the Legendary Edition of Mass Effect, he would move on to the next Mass Effect game, Mass Effect 4 or 5. But sadly, this has not been the case. With the next Mass Effect game, we've already seen old developers return to Bioware who have worked on the old trilogy. So personally, I'm not worried about the next game in the franchise yet, as Mike Gamble and the rest of his team seem really excited and really passionate on the next game in the franchise. So we'll have to wait and see how it turns out. Speaking of which, if you need more Mass Effect news, stay glued to the channel as we've got loads more to unpack. I've got a Liara video coming out soon, as well as a original Mass Effect trilogy retrospective, as well as I actually played and completed Anthem in 2023, which was an experience to say the least. So thank you so much for watching, and for whatever he does next, a big thank you to Mac Walters for his incredible work on the series thus far. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye everyone.